All right, welcome back to the Homestead. You guys, it's been a while, but I'm back, baby. It has been a busy time doing some preppity preps, and I hope that you are as well. This is a video that is extremely important. It's going to be a little bit deeper video, a little bit heavier topics, because we're going to be talking about the Japan carry trade. We're going to be talking about silver. We're going to be talking about currency wars and issues. It all comes down to this message right here, that we need to be doing preparations, and we need to be doing them now. If you haven't started, the time has come. The time is a little bit late. It is now, though. There's never a better time than right now to start. And also, it's a video to where if you are doing preparations, I'm going to talk about why that is so smart. Because with all of the issues going on right now, we have more economic instability now than I've seen in a very long time. So you don't have, this is not going to be something that you need to understand. I'm going to talk about some of these things a little bit, but if you don't understand them, that's fine. The big picture here is that there are big movements in big markets. Some markets you maybe never have heard of, but they can and will affect you. They're going to affect the price of your feed. They're going to affect the price of your animals. They're going to affect the price, the availability of you to get access to credit, etc. We have massive movements in economies and in currencies that absolutely trickle down to you. And so, you know, during the housing meltdown, how many of you had even heard of Lehman Brothers? Maybe some of you haven't heard of it now, but you know, it was one of the largest investment banks in the world. And when Lehman Brothers went down, it became a global recession. So America's housing crisis back in 2008 was systemic, meaning it was a cancer that just went into the lymph of the whole world and infected the whole world. And we had a global recession because of an American housing crisis, and all of it started in a bank called Lehman Brothers. Now, I'd argue that most of you at that point had not even heard of Lehman Brothers, even though Lehman Brothers was a big deal. Okay, so here's the analogy. Right now, we've got issues happening in two things that I think you should be aware of. The first one is you've got the Japanese carry trade, and the second one of you've got a silver squeeze unlike you've never seen before happening right now. Now, even if you don't want to learn about those two things, you might not have wanted to learn about Lehman Brothers anyway. My point is that these big items that are happening, they're happening regardless if you and I understand them or not. And they can and are and will affect you. And that is why we prep. I just want to come and just singe your eyebrows a little bit and let you know that we have a lot of things that are happening. And this is not a fear video. My message is that you can insulate yourself from the bull crap that other people do, and that you can bring a lot of the power to sustainability back into your own life. You can decrease your anxiety to global events that you and I cannot control by being prepared. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. If you haven't started, get started. So I'm watching as of last night, you know, this is early morning before I go into work. And, you know, last night silver popped off to $62 an ounce. And that's crazy. And the thing is that silver can go a lot higher. What we've done is we have artificially kept the price of silver down because silver is actually needed. Unlike gold, silver is needed in the economy. Like I think they said every Tesla has like 2 ounces of silver in it. All of the componentry and everything, silver is needed for a Tesla. It's needed for your solar panels. It's needed for the new digital AI economy that's coming in massive ways. And if you have different stable coins, like, you know, like the Bitcoin, but stable coins that are actually pegged to physical commodities, they actually are buying silver in abundance. So you have this excess demand of silver. What it's doing is it's exposing the paper manipulation of silver. And so whereas before these large players have been able to just, hey, don't worry, here's a check that says it's silver. Here's another piece of paper that says it's silver. And they've been able to infuse paper silver into the market at record numbers. But now people are asking for physical delivery. When you have silver being delivered from vaults in London and they're being delivered via airplane, that's when you know that there's massive amounts of oh crap moments going on where different places are trying to keep up with the contracts that people are asking for the physical delivery of their silver. Over Thanksgiving, the CME in Chicago literally shut down. But don't worry, it wasn't because of this. It was because of a power glitch. It only affected the silver trading of the world's largest commodity exchange. But don't worry, luckily it was just a power outage. It wasn't a circuit breaker to do with what I'm talking about. So all is well there. So when the wheels fall off of this train, there's systemic risk. I mean, if you're a large company that's invested in ETF silver, in paper silver, and suddenly everyone's wanting, physical delivery, there's massive amounts of issues that can come with that. And again, whether you want to get into those weeds or not, it's fine. I think it's exciting, entertaining, in a bad way. It's kind of like when you're watching like Gladiator and, they're fighting to the death, we're watching like death of economies and businesses as these markets fluctuate. Okay, the other item is the Japanese carry trade, which it has been this multiple year system that you and I, the little people, don't get to be a part of, where people, in essence, they're going and they're buying yen from Japan at almost zero rates. They're taking those yen and getting like a 5% return by buying American bonds. Okay. How does that work? I don't know. Let's don't get into that. But it's like a $20 trillion market. It's a massive market. Again, did you know about Lehman Brothers in '08? Did you know about the carry trade now? So don't turn this video off because I'm getting into minutia. All that you need to know is that is a $20 trillion highway of people buying American bonds. And that market is just upside down because the Japanese yen rates are going up. That means people who've been able, organizations, companies, we're talking about billions and billions of dollars of contracts of people that's been able to get 5% yield. That is drying up. The other issue is the buyers of all of these people traveling down this $1 trillion highway buying our debt. Remember, we are $38 trillion in debt, and it is people buying American debt that allows us Americans to live above our means. And that has issues right now. So not only do we have to fund, like this year, it's like $2 trillion in stupid deficit spending, and my people are in power right now, and we're spending like drunken sailors. Again, need for a homestead. You getting it? Need for preps? Do you get it? We threading the needles here. So not only do we have to sell more bonds to fund our $2 trillion in deficit this year, but every day, every week, every month, every year, we have bonds in that $38 trillion bullcrap system of debt that are rolling over that we have to find new buyers for. So if I had a 3-year treasury bond that matured today for $100,000, then the government would have to sell that $100,000 bond again to just to maintain even on debt. So we have record amounts of our debt that's going to have to be renegotiated in the next 10 years on top of stupid drunken sailor spending that's currently happening, on top of carry trades that are drying up, on top of the silver squeeze, which is manifesting itself, in my opinion, in currencies, including the dollar. And on top of that, we have all of these other players that are trying to position themselves away from the dollar. not just your BRICS nations, but you have all of these stable coins and cryptocurrencies. All these other things rival the heretofore mentioned strength of the dollar. All of that can and has and will affect American hegemony and prosperity. Whether you understand it or not, you can feel it. A storm is coming. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? I'll tell you what we're going to do about it. We're going to build our homesteads and we're going to prep. One of the first things I would always recommend, we're going to pay off debt so that we are a little less addicted to this gross system. We're going to get food storage, and then we're going to create as much sustainability as we can with backyard solutions. You know, I'm the guy with the 100-foot greenhouse. Maybe it's a greenhouse. I'm the guy with backyard chickens and a milk cow. I am not here to tell you what to do, but you need to be getting some inspiration and you need to be about doing it. Now is definitely the time. So keep doing what you're doing. I see a lot of headwinds. I see a lot of reason for me to be warning people. Most people don't listen. They're going to say all is well right up to the very end. And I'm saying that your efforts right now on this side of a crisis is so much easier than on the other side of a crisis. And that's why we just keep and maintain a lifestyle of preparation. I don't believe in going crazy on preparations and food storage and just doing some radical one and done thing, because if you can create a lifestyle that is going to be so much better, there's nothing radical and there's nothing erratic about being prepared. There's nothing wrong with being a prepper. I am a prepper. And, you know, a lot of times we vilify people that have taken the slow and methodical and the preparation approach. And my friends, that is just dumb. Those are the people I want to hang out with. Those are the people I want to learn from. Let me know in the comments. Are you a prepper? Do you dare admit it? I also want to hear in the comments what you're doing to prepare. Because again, I have certain things that I show on my channel. My channel is not a how-to channel. I will show you the tricks of what I've done. We just drilled a well, just built a pump house. I've got some really cool things that I've done. I just did a video with the Provident Preppers. They are doing, replicating my greenhouse. They're going to go on a little bit smaller scale, and that's exciting. So I just did a video with them. Go check that out. But again, this is not a how-to. This is not, you need to follow me, because if you do that, you're going to be sorely disappointed. But we are supposed to be here to help each other. You know, I want to end with a really heavy note. The one thing I learned in 2020 is that in general, society, when it came to the fear that came of a little virus, we were willing to throw out liberties so quickly. You know, certain people had opinions on masks and mandates, and those of us that thought differently were suppressed on social media and even vilified. And now, you know, we're vindicated, and I don't get any great pleasure saying, told you so. Like, I'm just trying to warn you because I love you. I'm threading the needle here. In Scripture, we're told about marks. We're told about people that will have to be a part of a beast system to have access to economies. And that's not conspiracy. It's Scripture. Learning what I saw in 2020, I'm surrounded by a lot of liberty-minded people. And I would say that Utah, which should be a land of liberty, we have the teachings. We're a conservative state, and I'd put us at a D-. We didn't do very well. How did your state do? How did your neighbors do? Unfortunately, I don't feel like we woke up enough. That was a dry run. And what's coming is a lot worse than that. I am an America First kind of guy. You know, I was at a Trump rally. A good friend of mine spoke at a Trump rally, and I'm sitting down at this Trump rally, sitting next to like Carrie Lake and Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm like with all these like big people right next to the Trump stage. I mean, I'm as MAGA as they get, right? And right now, I'm extremely alarmed by the coziness right now of government, and including the current administration that I voted for, with everything going on with Palantir and with this new digital surveillance, but also programmable currency. If your state, like mine, is like all excited about digital IDs, I think that these things are the gateway drug to a beast system, which requires you to get in line to have access to society. That's very biblical, guys. We've been warned scripturally of this thing. And as I look at it, to me, it seems like it's coming. And as I look at what we did in 2020, I don't like it. And as we look at all of the geopolitical and currency and financial issues, all of these things that I just mentioned, you can put it all in a big bowl and it's all being mixed around. And we're going to find out what it all means here shortly. And I, for one, am feeling that I need to warn my neighbors. So wake up to some of these things, do some research. More importantly, get some inspiration on what you're supposed to do and do it. We'll see you more on the homestead, and let me know if you'd like to have another tour of the greenhouse. By the way, if you come stay at the Manti Manor or the Manti Cottage during the months of November and December, I am giving free tours of my greenhouse because it's our slow time. And I hope you guys are well. Keep on keeping on. Remember, prepping decreases your anxiety. It doesn't create it. Out.